when we found out Benedict Arnold was trying to kill George Washington. And it's actually an amazing story. And he says, wow, the fingerprints of God in this are such to know that this was a God thing, because the way it came about, they should never have discovered the treason. It should never have been discovered. It was too well laid plan. So
for people who don't know that story, maybe you can tell the story.
Yeah, the story is really kind of interesting because Benedict Arnold had an ego, and his ego didn't get matched in the American Army because he thought he should have been promoted much faster, and he wasn't being recognized and wasn't being promoted. So he starts saying, well, the British will respect me. They'll honor me. I can get a promotion through them. And so he starts working with the British. He's in charge of West Point. And by the way, the biggest statue you find when you go to the battlefield is Saratoga, which is the first major victory in the American Revolution. Massive statue of Benedict Arnold, because he was the hero. He was an American general. He was courageous, but he just didn't think he got enough respect. And so because of that ego kind of thing, he turns to the British, and so he works with them. And because his American general is so good, he has West Point. All of West Point is under his control. And so he makes this plan to give West Point to the British, and he's going to have them there at the time that George Washington arrives so they can kill Washington or capture Washington and everything right there. So what happens is a British officer, John Andre, is going back and forth with Benedict Arnold, and so they make the plans, they lay it out. Andre actually takes the plans, folds them up, puts them in the bottom of his shoe to hide in case anybody stops and they won't find it. And he gets into what is considered to be a safe part of New York. It is run by the British. All the loyalists are there. He's out of the American part of New York. He's back in the British part of New York. And he runs up on three guys and starts talking to them. And these guys, they're British guys. I can tell them what's going on. He starts sharing more information than he should have. Turned out they weren't British guys. They were three American militiamen who had just escaped from a British prison. And so here's three Americans who shouldn't even be in this area. They were prisoners. They got free. And now as Arnold starts becoming a little too open with them, they start getting a little curious, and they start thinking, this doesn't smell right. And so they actually grab him and take him to an American post, which wasn't supposed to be in that area at all. So everything was improbable all the way through. They searched, didn't find anything, and they said, let's search again. And for some reason, checked the bottom of his shoe, found the papers. So everything was, it was just too many coincidences. Is that what they saw? This is too providential, too much God here. And so that's why Hancock called for that time of Thanksgiving.